Hey everybody, it's low carb and keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger bringing you the one and only keto without the crazy. Are we liking the flowered shirt today? This is one of my favorite shirts. I get in a happier mood just putting it on. There's something about this shirt, besides the fact that it's really comfortable. I have the same shirt in three other colors, but they're solid colors, just, totally solid. This shirt just makes me happy. But good thing we started off with something a little lighthearted because today's topic is really not lighthearted at all. We need to talk about something, my friends. There's something we collectively in the low carb and keto community need to start talking about a lot more. A lot more. And that is addiction. Sugar and food addiction. There's a lot of debate among the academics and the scientists over whether food addiction or sugar addiction actually exists. I don't honestly really care about the textbook and academic definitions. Anyone who thinks sugar addiction and food addiction don't exist simply has the luxury and blessing and good fortune to not be plagued by either of them, to not have personal experience with sugar addiction or food addiction. If you do have a problem with food in general, or sugar specifically, or carbs specifically, and you feel very out of control, you don't need some egghead scientist or some textbook to tell you that sugar addiction is or isn't real. You know darn well it's real, or it's real enough for you, right? Real enough for me. So, the first thing that I want to get across, and I cannot emphasize this to you enough, is that if you feel out of control with certain foods are all food, but most of us just have specific trigger foods that once you start eating them, you cannot stop. Your stopping point is when the bag or box or package is empty, period, end of story. Or maybe that big bag, box, or package will last 2 or 3 days, but you will polish it off. Or what else can I say? If you just think about food nonstop all day, if you have ever eaten in secret or lied about what you're eating or how much you're eating or when you're eating, if you've ever stolen food from other people, from housemates, from a friend, whatever, if you have ever thrown food in the garbage and then gone back a little later to get it because it was probably just right on top and it wasn't even touching anything, it was still totally fine. I think I said this already. If you've eaten in secret, if you hide wrappers in your car, in your purse, so your spouse or family or whoever doesn't see how much of it you're eating, you are not alone. Hear those 4 words very deeply, please. You are not alone. You're not the only one. These issues are so much more common than you would ever realize. And the only reason you don't realize how common they are is because everybody's too embarrassed and ashamed to talk about them openly. Well, it's time to put a giant end to the shame and the stigma and the embarrassment and the hiding and the fear and the I don't know what the emotional heaviness that brings. I want to tell you about the online course that I helped develop with Adapt Your Life, the co-founded by Dr. Westman. It's our newest course. I will link, as always, anything I mention, there'll be links below. Please check them out. The course is available right now. It's available for sale now. And it's only available for sale until, I think, midnight Pacific time this Saturday, April 30th. And I'll specify 2022 in case somebody's watching this 5 years from now, if YouTube still exists. Doors close midnight Pacific time on Saturday the 30th. And just to clarify, though, the course is self-paced. Once you purchase the course, you can take as short or as long as you want to go through the video lessons, but you do have to purchase it by, by the end of Saturday. If you wait till Saturday night to purchase it, no problem. Then you still just go through for weeks or months, however long you want. The whole course is only a few hours. And the course is taught by Dr. Vera Tarman. And actually, I should have prepared ahead of time. One sec, I gotta get something off the old bookshelf here. I know it's here. Here it is. Took me a minute to find it. Okay. Dr. Tarman, you can read just a little blurb, a bio of her on the website for the Sugar and Food Addiction course. But she is an MD, she's a physician, and she specializes in addiction medicine. Not just, illicit drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. Food and sugar addiction. She is actually a recovering food addict herself, and I use the word recovering because just like alcoholism or any other addiction, food addicts, we don't say, I'm recovered. You are recovering. Every day you are in the process of recovery. Even if you've been in recovery for 10 years, you are still recovering. So she is a recovering food addict herself. She's maintaining a 100-pound weight loss for over a decade. So she probably kind of knows a little bit about what she's doing and what she's talking about. She doesn't just give you this information. She doesn't just spout stuff at you. She's been there. She knows what it's like. She is also the author of the book, Food Junkies. She also has a podcast by the same name, a podcast called Food Junkies. What else can I say? I mean, she's the medical director of Canada's largest, I think it's inpatient, addiction recovery center. What more do you want? So those of you that took our Keto Made Simple course or my Stall Slayer course, or we also had a course on cholesterol, this is the same type of format. It's video lessons, again, self-paced. Dr. Tarman is the one who teaches the lessons. And within your student course portal, there's PDF, documents that are helpful tips about how to minimize or get rid of cravings, how to deal with the food pushers in your life, the pushers. Oh, surely you can just have one bite. Oh, it's your birthday, I made your favorite, the pushers. And so like I said, I have helped create the course. I helped create some of those resources. What else can I say? It's because the course is already available for purchase. It was available as of Sunday, I guess, April 24th. We've already gotten rave reviews and such positive feedback. People are already saying, oh my gosh, wow, I feel like Dr. Tarman is speaking directly to me. Is she inside my brain? Is she inside my fridge? How does she know me so well? And so I guess, all the information about the course is on the website, but I'll just, as a quick run through, I think the strengths of the course, besides everything, it's really that Dr. Tarman gives you the science. Like, there is a reason you can't just eat one. There is a reason you're not finished until you polish off the bag every single time. And there is a reason that you keep going back over and over and over to these binge or trigger foods, even though you already know they are harming you. Whether it's harming you physically, maybe you're living with type 2 diabetes or obesity or gout or hypertension or whatever, non-alcoholic fatty liver. Maybe you have any kind of, array of health problems that come from food. Or maybe you're harming and damaging yourself psychologically and emotionally. Every time you buy that thing and finish it, I can't believe I did it again. I'm such a failure. I'll never figure this out. I'll never ... What's wrong with me? Why do I keep failing? Either way, it's damage. And so we know it's damaging. Why do we keep doing it? There are scientific reasons, biological, biochemical reasons why, that have nothing to do with your willpower or your discipline. So that's a really important thing that you will learn. And she'll go into the details of what the different neurotransmitters, the appetite hormones. Now, knowing that there are biological, biochemical reasons why some of those foods call to you so much, even though you know they're harming you. You want to be free of them so much, and yet they keep calling you back. Um, what this course does is it doesn't absolve you of responsibility to change. If you want to change, if you want to change your habits and get out of this self-destructive cycle with food, you still have to do that. You still have to take responsibility for making those changes. But what this course will help you understand is that you can harness that to your advantage. Use that biology, use that wiring to your advantage, and go about it more in a logical, rational, scientific way, totally divorced from the shame and the self-loathing and the self-hatred and the pity party. Because once you learn that it's not that you're weak-willed or you have no discipline or you don't want it badly enough. Of course you do. You've wanted it badly for 5 years or 10 or 30 years, however long you've been struggling with these issues. So that has nothing to do with it. It has to do with what happens in the old noggin up here when we eat those certain foods. And so, it's called sugar and food addiction. For many of you, it's sugar by itself, like just sugar. You have no problem moderating intake with any other food, even other carbs, bread, crackers, pasta, no problem. It's the sweet stuff, the gummy bears, the cereal, the granola, the maple syrup on your pancake kind of thing. For some of you, it's all refined carbs. It's the sugar and the crackers, the rice, not the rice, the potato chips, the whatever. I can't even think of carbs right now. It's been so long since I ate them. No, just kidding. I'm not really a saint, but the refined carbs. And some people, it's kind of the opposite. You don't have a problem with sweets. There are you rare people out there that don't have a sweet tooth. So you might not have a problem with the refined sweets, but you might go for the crackers and the pretzels and the bread and the whatever else is potatoes, rice, things that are starchy but not sweet, wherever you are. And then there are some people, and Dr. Tarman addresses all of these different cases. There are people who have a problem with food, period. Compulsive overeating of anything, including things that we would normally think of as totally benign, totally fine. A steak, a nice grilled fatty pork chop, a bowl of roasted broccoli, roasted Brussels sprouts, cauliflower rice, a nice crispy skin roast chicken. Those foods are perfectly great foods, especially on a low carb or keto diet, but some of us have trouble controlling our portions of even those. We don't know when to stop eating until we are physically in pain or in discomfort, at least, maybe not pain, but discomfort. Like, that's our signal to stop. We don't know when we're just satisfied. We just go past because our signal to stop is the stretch and the pain. So there's that. And of course, emotional eating is a whole separate thing that it's all part of this. But what I really like about Dr. Tarman's the course is that she recognizes all of those different manifestations of these food problems. And she even talks about the degree to which you have this problem. Are you, is it once in a while you're out of control, which everybody binges once in a while, you polish off the whole sleeve of Girl Scout cookies. Not that I know anything about that, but what are Girl Scout cookies? I don't know. The once in a while thing, or maybe Christmas dinner, Thanksgiving, you go all out, but like that, that's like not even an issue. And then there's, every little gray area stage in between until end stage, like life-threatening levels of food addiction, of binging. And when I say life-threatening, I mean that maybe you've already had a limb amputated from type 2 diabetes. Maybe you are already losing your eyesight from diabetes, or maybe you're on dialysis with kidney problems. Who knows? But it's really important to identify for yourself where you are in that spectrum, because that determines the treatment that's going to be best for you. And Dr. Tarman does cover various options, different things that you can pursue. I do want to be clear that in the course, Dr. Tarman does not give you a meal plan. There's no personalized meal plans here, and I'll tell you why. Because based on what I just said, it is literally impossible to do that. We're going to have hundreds upon hundreds of students in this course. She can't give you a personalized meal plan. The person who is the best suited and the best expert to design a meal plan for you is you. You're the one who knows your binge or trigger foods, or you're going to start being able to identify them better. You know your trigger situations. And based on that, and based on your assessment of kind of how severe is this, how much is it impairing your day-to-day life, that's going to determine the tactics that you're going to pursue. And she makes it very clear. I mean, I'm keto without the crazy. This is kind of a keto channel. For many people, keto is the best way to go because it automatically eliminates the most common binge or trigger foods, but not always. I know tons of people that can binge on cheese. Dr. Westman's famous food list, in our book, End Your Carb Confusion, Phase 1, we don't have nuts and seeds. You know why? Because they're binge foods for many, many people. They're binge and trigger foods. But like I said, even people will compulsively overeat anything. The cauliflower, the asparagus, the eggplant, the salmon, the bison, the lamb. So she doesn't give you a personalized meal plan, but what is in the resources that you can download and print and save forever are suggestions of things for you to pursue on your own to figure out which is best. There's Overeaters Anonymous, there's Food Addicts Anonymous, Food Addicts in Recovery, there's all kinds of things. Or maybe you don't even need any of that. Maybe you read her book or you take the course and you're like, I'm good now that I understand the science. I'm good. I don't really need any outside help. But if you do, we do have suggestions that you can pursue. What else can I say? If you've taken the Keto Made Simple course and my Stall Slayer course, those courses had private Facebook groups just for the students in that course. The cholesterol course that we did with Adapt Your Life did not have a Facebook group, and this sugar and food addiction course does not have a Facebook group. But what it does have is the same thing that Dr. Westman did with the cholesterol course, is there's going to be 3 live Zoom sessions with Dr. Tarman. So it's going to be 3 consecutive Sundays in May. I think it's May 8th, 15th, and 22nd. Let me check my little calendar here on my computer. I think May 8th, 15th, and 22nd are the lives with Dr. Tarman. And the thing is, though, remember, so those Zooms will be, I think, at 5 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. It's all on the website. If you cannot attend live, because there you can ask her questions, interact. If you cannot attend live, all the Zoom sessions will be recorded and you will receive a link by email the next day to watch the replay at your leisure anytime you want. So you won't miss it, even if you just can't make it live. So that's that, and it's just a great course. I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing else like it, period. There's nothing else like this out there. And it's just really good to be opening the conversation. There's a saying, sunlight is the best disinfectant, because these things thrive in darkness. Mold grows like in damp, dark, kind of closed off environments. We want to open the window, let the fresh air in, let the sunlight in, bring this to light, so to speak, and just really start talking about this more. You can't fix this unless you know it's a problem, and we collectively can't fix this unless we know it's a problem. So I'm honored to be associated with it, to be part of it, to have had a hand in creating it. And again, just check out the website. I don't know when I'll post this video. I might as well post it today. That's Tuesday the 26th. I'll post it a little later today, April 26th. Because just to give you a little heads up, depending on when you watch this, Dr. Tarman has already done some free workshop type videos that you can watch on my YouTube channel. She's broadcast to multiple channels, including mine. And she's doing another one tomorrow, Wednesday, April 27th, at 6 p.m. Eastern, and another one last one, the night the doors close to this course. That'll be Saturday, April 30th, also at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. So tune in. You can sort of get like a flavor for how Dr. Tarman is. You can watch her videos and see, you know, she's adorable. She's adorable. She has the most adorable Canadian accent, so she talks about processed foods, you know, and so it's good stuff. It's good stuff. You do not have to do this alone. You shouldn't do it alone. You can't do it alone. If you have felt ashamed and embarrassed and lost and hopeless and scared and feeling terrified because you think you will never get past this, you will never break these habits, you will never move out of this self-destructive behavior, and it actually affects your self-esteem in the world because you're a great mom, you're a great dad, you're a power attorney, you're a surgeon, you're a kick-ass plumber, whatever it is you do for a living, and you're a great mom, you're a great dad, but you've got this like massive secret behavior with food that's so embarrassing that despite all that stuff in your life, you just kind of don't show up in the world. And it doesn't have to be that way. There's many of us who've been through it, many of us who are recovering, many of us who understand. We are one of you. We are a we. It's not you, it's not me, it's a we. And that's it. That's it. Please check out the course. I'm not sure when we're going to offer it again. It probably will be offered again sometime in the future, but I don't know. So get in on it now. It's really just unprecedented. There's nothing like this out there. And I will put links. Let's see. If you join, I want to put a link to the book, but if you take the course, you will receive a discount code to get a discount on the book from Vera's publisher. I forget how much the discount is, but you will get, so it would be a little cheaper for you to get the book if you are already in the course. But I will link to the Food Junkies podcast. And yeah, just check out the most recent few videos on my channel or the Adapt Your Life YouTube channel. You will see Vera's recorded workshops, so you can get a preview for what she's like. And we'd love to see you in the course. I think it's very educational in terms of the nuts and bolts, but also the emotional piece and the psychological piece. She does it all. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. And hope to see you. Remember, catch Vera's videos Wednesday the 27th and Saturday the 30th, 6 p.m. Eastern.